Et c'est parti pour un nouveau stream sur Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Fathers, l'anniversary édition. Alors pour cette session, nous allons commencer le jour 4. Alors, rapide résumé. Nous avons donc la veille fait une empreinte d'un bracelet de chez Madame Kazonou, chez qui nous sommes rentrés en nous faisant passer pour un prêtre. Et voilà la tenue qui est à côté. Et donc pour le début du jour 4, Grace a des messages pour nous et nous a apporté un article sur le vaudou. Alors on va le regarder. Non, ici. Voilà.
The newspaper clipping describes a ritualistic murder in Congo Square. It includes a rough sketch of a pattern found around the body. The sketch is very similar to the reconstructed levee.
Intéressant. Similaire mais pas identique. Est-ce qu'on peut combiner les deux? Alors il me semble que je dois faire ça et ça. Ça a l'air de dire non. Bien, bah tant pis. On va aller poser les questions à Grace sur les messages qu'elle a reçus.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Et là, petit spoil, on va avoir un message, donc si je ne m'abuse, de notre grand-mère. Et donc c'est le message qui, dans la version d'origine, nous est donné dès le premier jour. Et donc à partir de ce jour-ci, nous allons pouvoir aller rendre visite à la famille.
Do you have messages for me?
Your grandmother called. She said to remind you to stop by and go through your father's things.
Okay.
Bien, est-ce que je vois, on a encore des problèmes de connexion cette fois-ci. Je fais un petit test de connexion pour vérifier. Donc ce sont les affaires de notre père que nous allons être en charge de récupérer chez notre grand-mère. Nous avons un autre message.
Do you have messages for me?
That man from Germany called again, Wolfgang Ritter. Now he's claiming to be a relative of yours.
Interesting.
Et nous avons donc un Ritter qui vient d'Allemagne et qui dit qu'il est de notre famille. Quand je parlais d'origine allemande, apparemment Gabriel Knight n'est pas au courant.
Can I get that phone number for Wolfgang Ritter?
Sure, I'll give it to you when we're done talking.
je fais des petits tests de débit et a priori ce soir la connexion n'est pas terrible. Ça a l'air meilleur quand même que ce week-end. J'avais annulé le stream. Et là je me pose des questions, c'est de pire en pire. Je fais une dernière tentative. Les joies de la 4G. Ok, ça a l'air d'aller mieux, on va continuer.
Do you know anything about a secret voodoo hound fall?
In New Orleans?
I think so.
No, I don't, but it sounds dangerous. You're not gonna try to find this voodoo group yourself, are you?
Would I do that? Do you know anything about black voodoo?
Black voodoo? Ugh, now what are you getting yourself into?
Nothing you need to know about, do you?
I know there are dark forms of any major religion. Where there's a yin, there's a yang.
Speaking of yin and yang...
But no, I don't know anything really about voodoo, dark or otherwise, sorry.
Do you know anything about veves?
Not a clue. Sorry.
Ritual patterns used in voodoo.
Fascinating. I can't help you out, though.
Ok, alors je vais essayer de libérer quelques process pour gagner un peu de connexion, mais a priori ça devrait être suffisant pour cette session. Si ça devient dramatique, je l'interromprai et je la reprendrai un autre jour.
Have you ever heard of Damballa?
No, sorry.
Does the name Ogun Badagri mean anything to you?
Ugh, no. Makes my skin crawl, though.
Are you sure you don't know anything about black voodoo?
You are desperate. I told you I can't help you.
Ok, la connexion a l'air de s'être stabilisée. Grace, donne-moi le numéro de Wolfgang Ritter.
Here's that phone number.
Thanks.
Merci. Donc on va enfin découvrir qui est Gabriel Knight. D'où vient-il? Et pourquoi sa famille a de telles images de serpents et autres horreurs? Le téléphone.
The number written on the note is 4909-324-3333.
Didn't Grace say you had to dial 011 first to get international?
Ouais, mais là vous simplifiez pas la tâche. Pourquoi vous ne mettez pas à côté de l'annuaire?
Wolfgang Ritter's phone number, written in Grace's pretty scrawl.
Bien, on va essayer de se rappeler. On va essayer de profiter du décalage de stream pour tricher.
The number written on the note is 4909-324-3333.
'Didn't Grace say you had to
4909
dial
324.
011 first to get international?
Ça va pas être simple. Ah, c'est casse-pied.
The number written on
4909.
Didn't Grace...
Ensuite,
the number written on
324. Et si je ne dis pas de bêtises,
the number written
3333. Ah d'accord. Super long. Et là, on n'est pas aidé.
I'm not calling Germany. That Wolfgang Ritter guy says he's a relative, but I've never heard of him.
Alors pourquoi tu as demandé son numéro de téléphone, si c'est pour pas l'appeler? Bien, je pense qu'on va devoir aller faire un coucou à grand-maman pour débloquer le scénario. Bon, globalement, le stream a l'air stabilisé.
See
On
you
croise les
later.
doigts.
See ya.
Gabriel, I'm so glad you stopped by.
Oh, sorry it's been a while, Grandma.
Not at all. Give me a kiss.
Now come on, sit down. Tell me how you're doing.
Bah alors, on t'a posé une question.
Hey, that's my gran. Show some respect.
Je ne pouvais pas faire autrement.
That's my gran. Adorable as always.
You're such a tease.
Does this mean anything to you, Gran?
Sorry. No, Gabriel.
Qu'est-ce qu'on peut lui montrer? Carnet de croquis. Le papa.
Does this mean anything to you, Gran?
I believe that was your father's, Gabriel. You keep it.
C'est bien, mais on voulait des infos. Pas des trucs qu'on connaît déjà. Eh bien, je crois qu'il n'y a rien de plus. On va lui poser les questions.
How have you been, Gran?
Just fine, dear. I'm sorry I bothered you at work, but, I was hoping you'd get a chance to go through your father's things in the attic.
Don't be silly. You can call me anytime.
Direct, les meurtres. Cabris encore.
Tell me about our family.
Who would you like to hear about? Your granddad, your father, or your mother?
Drôle d'animation. Pourquoi elle est montée sur ressort? Tu l'envoies en voiture, ça fait comme le chien à l'arrière.
Tell me something about Granddad.
Your granddad immigrated to America when he was 21. He walked his way through school, met and married me, and we had your father, Philip.
Tell me something about Granddad.
Your granddad supported me and your father with bookkeeping. Oh, I'll tell you what, though, he hated every minute of it. Didn't really like bookkeeping one bit. Maybe that was why he had the worst luck with jobs. Oh, the nights he'd come home afraid to tell me he lost another. And I'd tell him it didn't matter to me, but he felt ashamed, Gabriel.
And tell me about my father.
Your father was my only child. How we adored him.
Tell me about my mother.
Your mother was Margaret Templeton when your father met her. She came from a very wealthy Creole family in New Orleans. She was beautiful and reckless. She was madly in love with your father, of course, but I also think she liked to find her family. Since you're so interested in family history these days, why don't you go by St. Louis Cemetery No. 1 and visit the family tomb? It would be such a sweet gesture.
It's just past the Ross tomb, right? Oh, maybe I will.
D'accord, on n'avait pas le droit avant. Ça, c'est une nouveauté du remaster. Évidemment, vu qu'on pouvait lui parler dès le premier jour, on pouvait visiter la tombe.
And tell me about my father.
Philip suffered from terrible nightmares, just like your granddad did. Oh, they were two peas in a pod.
Le grand-père faisait des cauchemars. Le père fait des cauchemars. Gabriel fait des cauchemars.
Tell me something about Granddad.
Harrison was only 36 when he died. Your father was 8 years old at the time. Your granddad was hit by a streetcar in the business district. It took me nearly a year to believe he was really gone.
I'm sorry, Gran.
Oh, I know you are, dear.
Bon, après, c'est pas n'importe quel cauchemar non plus.
Tell me about my mother.
Your mother's family refused to give her money after the marriage. All she had left was a modest trust fund from her great aunt, who happened to like Philip. The remainder of your mother's trust fund became yours when she died. That's what you used to open your bookshop.
You know, you get prettier every time I see you.
Oh, you.
Alors, excusez-moi, je viens de recevoir un spam dans les chuchotements. Voilà, c'est signalé.
Have you baked any of your incredible molasses pies lately?
No, dear. But you let me know when you want some and I'll whip up a half a dozen.
Oh, nothing. Never mind.
All right, dear.
D'accord, c'est vraiment peu importe. Je pensais que c'était n'importe quoi. Alors, on va aller au grenier.
I'm gonna go up to the attic, Gran.
Be careful of the dust.
Fouiller les affaires du grand-père.
The old trunk looks like it's gone to hell and back.
There's a lot of Granddad's old stuff in here. Might be something interesting.
On a un portefeuille. Pas pour l'argent, mais non, il n'y a rien. D'accord. D'accord, c'est un jeu de cache-cache. Quoi qu'il y a sous le chapeau? Rien. Rien. Alors, les vêtements.
Some old clothes, including a pair of leather shorts.
Aren't those called lederhosen?
Bavaroise, tiens. Eh oui, le chapeau. Le chapeau bavarois. Ah, apparemment, il y a des choses. On a trouvé une
What's
clé.
this? It's some sort of key.
Eh ben, même en remaster, elle est difficile à trouver.
A bundle of letters. Love letters between Harrison and Rebecca. More of Harrison Knight's German books.
Just what I need.
Rien de plus. Bon, ce qui nous intéressait, c'était la clé, en réalité. Parce que je me souviens de cette horloge.
An elaborate mechanical clock, probably of German origin, is among the discarded treasures of the attic.
I think I'll leave that up here.
There's an interesting design in the base of the clock.
Non, rien de plus. Et voilà le trou de serrure.
Nothing happens.
Ah, ça c'est curieux. Ah oui, il va falloir jouer avec l'horloge. Oh, il doit y avoir un mot de passe quelque part. Ah. Il va falloir trouver le mot de passe. Choisir une heure et un symbole. Donc on a une éclipse, un soleil, une épée, une corde, un ange et je sais pas si c'est un dragon ou un serpent. On va dire un dragon.
The face of the clock is hand-painted. A ring of 6 symbols surrounds the face of the clock. A
D'accord.
sword, a sun, an angel, a noose, an eclipse, and a dragon. The ring of symbols doesn't appear to have any mechanical function, but it does move.
Yes, it does. Et donc, quand on aura réussi ça, on récupérera quelque chose. Non, la grand-mère ne saura rien à tous les coups.
I don't think there's anything else in that trunk that would interest anybody but my gran.
D'accord, ça va nous faire gagner du temps. Rien, c'est quoi là?
That box of knickknacks has been up here for at least 5 years.
Je suppose que ça sert à rien.
There's nothing I want in there.
Ok, bien, on a fait le tour. Attends, c'est quoi ça? À mon avis, il n'y a pas besoin.
It's Granddaddy's old golf bag.
Encore un chapeau.
It's a lady's hat from the 1920s.
From Gran's Virginia Woolf period.
Ah, j'aurais pas deviné que c'était un chapeau féminin. Alors...
On the wall are portraits of Gran and Granddad when they were young. Gabriel's inherited some good-looking genes.
Can we talk, Gran?
Of course, my boy. How can I help?
Il n'y a aucune info par rapport à la famille allemande.
Do you know anything about snakes?
Snakes? What kind of snakes, dear?
I don't know, local kinds.
Well, we used to get cottonmouths in the park when I was a girl, but I haven't heard of one being sighted for years.
Thanks, Gran.
Eh bien, et toi, t'es un...
Tell me about yourself.
Me? Surely you have something more interesting to talk about.
No, come on, Gran.
Oh, all right, dear. What do you want to hear?
Allez, hop.
Tell me how you met Granddaddy.
Oh, I met Harrison at a church revival. There was a traveling preacher back then, a big fella named Reverend Jim. Your granddad was sitting right behind me and my girlfriend, Alma. And at one point, old Reverend Jim was flinging his hair around with his fine brimstone annex.
Passionnant.
And a piece of it, one of those small add-on do's for men, went flying off. Oh, I swear, Harrison and I were the only ones that noticed. We both started laughing to beat the band. Everyone looked at us like we were a couple of loonies. Oh, it was then I knew that he was for me.
Ok.
Oh, nothing. Never mind.
All right, dear.
Oh, nothing. Never mind.
All right, dear.
Un peu répétitif.
Well, Gran, I'd better get going.
Don't take any wooden nickels, boy.
I'm trying, Gran.
C'est pour ça qu'on va aller au cimetière. C'est quoi ça? Ah, la résidence. Le musée, tout ça on a déjà vu. Alors on ne pouvait pas encore va peut-être pouvoir. Allons d'abord voir le caveau familial. Non, je ne peux pas parler au tombeau, je vais passer par là. La tombe des Knights.
The Wright family tomb.
Ah non, Wright.
Several of Gabriel and Grant's family members are laid to rest here.
D'accord. La famille Wright, c'est la famille Knight. Pourquoi pas?
If Gabriel wants to address his ancestors, he should choose a specific plaque.
Pourquoi pas?
Someone has left a small vase by the Wright family tomb.
Not sure who else comes here besides me and Gran, but that was nice of them.
Margaret, Philippe, donc c'est le père. Harley, Harrison, c'est le grand-père. Meryl et Franklin.
How's it going, Granddaddy?
C'est tout?
Gabriel doesn't want to take the nameplates from his family tomb.
Hey, Daddy.
Non, non, non. Ah, je déteste ce curseur. Pourrait changer de forme.
The marks are reddish in color and remind Gabriel of crosses.
Ok, ça n'a pas changé.
Mind if I pick your brain a minute?
Go ahead. These folks ain't in no hurry.
Aucune info sur la famille. Alors regardez le tombeau des guides. Rien de nouveau. Alors, est-ce que ça c'est ouvert?
A sign on the front door of Magenta's home reads, Attuning with the Spirit Realm, back on June 22nd.
On doit être le 21. Par contre, je viens de tilter. Je n'ai pas lu le journal de la journée du matin. Ah!
Hey, kids!
Bruno, how nice.
Gee, a customer.
Of yours? Hardly.
How's the flower business?
Well, better than the used book business, I see.
Rare books.
That explains why I so rarely see anyone in here. Are you gonna sell me that wonderful painting of yours today?
How much would you give me for it?
Oh, you're serious? You'll let me have it?
Gabriel, don't you dare sell your father's painting.
Yeah, I'll let you have it all right. How much for the painting?
Well, I could give you 100. That's all I can let go at the moment, you know. My affairs are so tied up.
Gabriel, $100 for your father's painting?
Stay out of this, Grace.
Non, non, pour moi, il vaut plus cher que ça. Voyons.
Well, I guess I don't need the money that badly.
From the looks of this shop, I'm sure you will, honey. And soon.
D'accord, il veut pas monter les enchères. Tant pis.
He's still there. I'd wish he'd move or something.
He hasn't moved an inch since he showed up.
Get the hell out of here.
The figure outside does not respond.
Donc le personnage qui est rentré, pareil dans la version d'origine, il était là sur le premier jour.
Times dated June 21st, 1993. Gabriel's eye is immediately drawn to an article about the voodoo murders. He scans it quickly.
I don't believe this. They've closed the case.
What case?
The voodoo murders case. The paper says that the police have learned that the murders were a result of an underworld cartel war, and that the war is over.
That's not good?
It's ridiculous. And what about the killers? And the voodoo angle, they never got anything on that.
I know you were into it, Gabriel, but if it's over, that's hardly a negative. Anyway, if you're that upset, why don't you talk it over with your pal Mosley?
You don't get it, Grace. Just forget it, okay?
Gabriel decides to check his horoscope, despite his disgust. Death walks close to you today. Resist temptation lest his eye fall on you, too.
Peachy.
Gabriel also spots an ad for Sam Springleton, a jeweler. Sam hangs out at the Napoleon House.
J'ai jamais vu un horoscope aussi creepy, tout dans la même semaine. Alors, par contre, on a enfin déverrouillé la bijouterie Napoléon, je crois, qui pareil était disponible dès le premier jour. Et ça va nous débloquer un peu tout ça.
I'm going out.
Don't hurry back on my account.
Et le voilà. Ah oui, le bar, j'avais totalement oublié. Bon, on a encore du tam-tam.
A street drummer has found a spot outside the Napoleon House. Gabriel and the bartender are old pals. His name is Stonewall King, and he knows everybody around here.
Could I ask you a few questions?
Sure. I'm not too busy at the moment.
What can you tell me about your regulars in here?
See those old guys at the chess table? That's Sam and Marcus. They've played there every day for 20 years. Sam, the one with the purple jacket, he's lost every one of those games. It's not that he's a bad player. I've seen him beat guys twice as good as Marcus. But Marcus has Sam so psyched out, he loses his nerve every time.
Tell me about the street musicians around here.
I like music as much as the next guy, but they get pretty monotonous sometimes, you know? Like that drummer right outside. They say there's been a drummer outside Napoleon House since the day it opened. Now, I like drums, but this character really gets on my nerves. It sounds like the same thing over and over. I just want to say enough already.
Sounds like my life. What can you tell me about voodoo?
Voodoo? Don't believe in it myself. I invented a drink once called Laveau's Tomb, but it wasn't very popular. Some people do believe, though. Even some of our regulars here at Napoleon House. That guy Sam, the chess player, he's really into voodoo. He's always talking about spells and gree-gree and stuff.
Really? Great, thanks.
Sam, donc.
So what has Sam told you about voodoo?
Well, about 50 years ago, Sam was too shy to talk to this pretty girl he was in love with. He went to a voodoo-ien and had her make him a love charm. It was a little pouch that he had to bury under the girl's front porch. Well, he buried the pouch, and the next day he went up and talked to the girl. And sure enough, she didn't reject him. Now she's his wife, poor guy.
Alors j'ai pas vraiment suivi, j'ai un chat un peu excité dans les parages qui fait du bruit en même temps. Mais bon, il s'intéresse au vaudou, c'est ce qui m'intéresse. Du coup, il doit pas avoir grand chose à m'expliquer de
Tell me about
intéressant.
yourself.
A good bartender listens to other people's life stories without telling his own.
Voilà, je crois que c'est clair. Donc voilà Sam, Marcus.
It's a bust of Napoleon. How apropos.
Oui, après tout, on est à la Nouvelle-Orléans.
They aren't mine.
Donc Napoléon, ça fait peut-être sens. Je dis bien peut-être.
A man in a loud tie stares morosely at a chessboard.
Excuse me, I hate to interrupt your game, but could I ask you a few questions?
What game? This ain't a game, it's a slaughter.
He's right, you know. So let me die in peace, would you?
Ah d'accord, celui qui a répondu à la place de l'autre.
Sorry to bother you, but could I ask you a few questions?
I'm not the chatty type, am I, Sam?
No, you old bastard, you're not.
Besides, I'm busy sucking poor old Sam dry. Go bug someone else.
You're a real sweetheart, Marcus, you bastard.
Bon, il va falloir que Marcus dégage pour pouvoir parler à Sam.
A young man is deep in conversation with his girlfriend and feeling no pain.
On va essayer de fiche le bazar.
Better not. Her boyfriend doesn't look too friendly. Can I ask you some questions?
Sure. You want to know my sign?
On second thought, I don't think you could help. Forget it.
Ça parle mal.
Hey, how's it going?
Could you excuse us? We're talking here.
A young man is deep in conversation with his girlfriend.
Tu l'as déjà dit.
An old wooden table holds some drinks and an ashtray.
What do I need with a table?
Que puis-je faire? Je pourrais peut-être lui montrer ça au type.
Does this mean anything to you?
Not really.
D'accord, donc il y a peut-être un moyen.
Does this mean anything to you?
Not really.
Et l'empreinte peut-être. Ah,
Could you do anything with this?
ah,
What is this, a clay mold? Interesting. I am a jeweler, you know. But I'm
Ah.
retired. I'm going to sit here in this freaking chair until I beat this bastard.
eh ben
You
voilà.
plan to be buried in that chair then?
On sait pourquoi on est là. Quand il sera disponible, on lui demandera de faire un double du bracelet. Ok. Et lui, pourquoi il est malheureux?
The Napoleon House is one of the quarter's very old, very classic neighborhood bars and restaurants.
C'est pas le bar que je voulais cliquer.
An unhappy-looking man exposed the dangers of drinking alone. That could only lead to trouble.
What's up?
Buddy, I think the place you're looking for is down on Bourbon.
Ça tombe bien, j'habite à Bourbon. Est-ce qu'on peut lui poser d'autres questions ou c'est mort?
Could I ask you a few questions?
Sure, I'm not too busy at the moment.
Do you know anything about snakes?
What about him?
No, just anything.
You ask the weirdest questions. I don't know anything about snakes.
Have you ever heard?
Sure, she's kind of the patron saint of voodoo in New Orleans.
Je sais ce que je dois faire. On a laissé un double d'un des dessins au professeur d'université. Il a peut-être des infos là-dessus.
The door to Hartridge's office is locked.
D'accord, mais je voudrais juste savoir s'il y est.
There's a PA speaker on the wall.
Il est pas là du tout.
The door to Hartridge's office is locked.
D'accord, il est pas là. Et bah ça fait chou blanc. Est-ce qu'il y a quelque chose de ce côté-là? Je pense que non. Le sang, les marques, l'argile, on a déjà pris. Rien de neuf.
Lakeshore Drive runs around the entire lake. This is a particularly lonely stretch, but it's still a public road.
Ok, je vais sortir par là. On a vu la grand-mère, elle a débloqué des trucs. On a vu l'horloge, on a mis la clé, mais il nous manque un code. Manoir des Guedes. Ah, on peut essayer de lui parler après la nuit d'amour qu'il y a eu, mais j'ai des doutes. Essayons.
Miss Geddy is busy, officer, and has instructed me to wish you good luck. That is all.
If you just tell her...
Goodbye, sir.
Ok. Il fait vachement froid, je trouve. Alors, y a-t-il du neuf à Jackson Square? Après, on va aller à l'église, voir si le prêtre est disponible. T'es qui, toi? T'es un mec intéressant, là. Tu as un prénom. C'est que tu sers à l'histoire. Crash.
Hey, Crash, wait up!
Crash only looks scared and keeps walking.
Ah, c'est quelqu'un à qui on a déjà parlé? Est-ce que c'est le mec qui était dans le... Est-ce que c'est le mec qui a été relâché de la police?
It's Crash,
Ouais.
the guy from Mosley's office. At the first sight of Gabriel, he slouches away like a beaten dog.
I wonder what he's up to.
Eh ben, il va sans doute... Ah non! Yes, ok. On va pas tout de suite voir le prêtre. Il est pas ici par hasard, le type. Et le meilleur moyen de savoir ce qu'il fait, c'est de passer par ici. Alors il était là, alors on va essayer d'utiliser celle-là. Quoi, on peut pas les bouger? On pouvait les bouger les jumelles avant. Bon, en
St.
même
Louis
temps-
Cathedral.
Non, c'est pas ce que je
The
voulais.
original church on this site was built in 1724 and was named for Louis IX of France. That church burnt in the Great Fire of 1788. The present church dates from 1851.
C'est intéressant. Ça veut surtout dire que ça a été construit bien après Louis IX. Bon, moi je voulais ça. Ah, il n'y a personne. Il est passé où? Il n'y a personne, même pas de musicien.
That's Crash.
Bingo.
What the hell is he up to with that drummer? Huh, Crash and the drummer. Interesting.
Voilà. Il y a des joueurs de tambour partout dans la ville. Et le type qui a été arrêté vient de chuchoter un truc aux joueurs de tambour.
Hey there, nice beat. I dig it.
The drummer does not respond.
Je suis même pas sûr qu'il sache parler.
A lone drummer beats out a haunting rhythm on a large African drum.
Je fais exprès de pas tout dire ce que je sais pour pas spoil. Ah bah alors voilà le gars.
I need to talk to you. Ask you some questions.
No way, man. I'm too sick. Go away.
Come on. I have to know what you know about these voodoo people.
You don't know nothing about nothing, man. You are so far out of it, you wouldn't understand anything. Just like that friend of yours, Mosley. Go away.
I'm not like Mosley. I know more than you think I do. I'll believe you.
Sans corps.
Forget it, man. It's not worth my breath.
Je vais peut-être lui montrer quelque chose. Le VV.
Do you recognize this?
No. Oh, don't waste my time.
Ah, c'est pas ça. Ça sert à rien de lui montrer les photos du meurtre, il doit les connaître. Le code peut-être. Il va peut-être pouvoir nous aider avec le code.
Do you recognize this?
No. Oh, don't waste my time.
Dommage. Est-ce qu'on peut trop parler?
Come on, talk to me.
I'm just too sick to waste my time. Now go away.
Et si je me faisais passer pour un prêtre?
There's no reason to wear that at the moment.
Tant pis. Lampe de poche, photo, dépliant.
A flyer advertising Magenta Moonbeam, a local voodooienne.
L'annuaire. On va essayer de lui montrer ça.
Do you recognize this?
No. Oh, don't waste my time.
Qu'est-ce qu'on peut faire? Ah mais attends. J'ai pas essayé ça.
The iridescent scale is hued olive green. It doesn't seem to match the scale from Lake Pontchartrain.
Ok, c'est tout. Bon, je le savais déjà. Bon, bah je fais pas grand chose pour toi, mon gars, là. Tu ne m'aides pas.
Do you recognize this?
No. Oh.
Someone is in that confessional. Someone is in that confessional.
Alors, je vois pas ce qu'on peut faire pour Crash. Regardons le journal. Ah ah! Harrison Knight, le grand-père, s'appelait Heinz Ritter. Bingo! On a le lien avec l'appel téléphonique qu'on va devoir faire. J'ai besoin de lui faire croire que je connais ces trucs vaudous. C'est bien ce que j'essayais de faire, mais comment faire pour lui faire croire encore plus si le code et le VV ne suffisent pas? Il faudrait le bracelet. Il faudrait le bracelet, mais je ne l'ai pas. Bon, on va d'abord par ici. Ça va faire gagner du temps. On va d'abord essayer de téléphoner.
Hey, kids!
Bruno.
Gabe Pet, I just popped in to see if you're desperate enough to sell me that painting.
Ok, bien sûr, je vais te le vendre. Tu vas me donner des sous. Ce qui va me permettre d'acheter quelque chose du genre un masque vaudou.
How much would you give me for it?
Oh, you're serious? You'll let me have it?
Gabriel, don't you dare sell your father's painting.
Yeah, I'll let you have it all right.
Well, I could give you 100.
Gabriel, $100 for your father's painting?
Stay out of this, Grace.
All right.
Fine. It's yours.
Gabriel!
Here's the 100.
You better take good care of this, Bruno. This is not just another of your hip art pieces, you know.
Really? Well, I fully intend to make the most of its display. Though not for your sake, I'm sure. At least in my shop, there'll be a chance of someone actually seeing it. I can't believe I actually got it. Just wait until I show Sid.
I don't believe you.
It's just a painting, Grace. There are things I have to do.
Voilà. Au lieu d'apparaître le jour 1, puis le jour 2, puis le jour 3, puis le jour 4, ça fait un peu démarcheur insistant. Alors, le numéro... Appelle-le maintenant. Il est de notre famille.
Didn't Grace say you had to dial 011 first to get international?
Oui, mais tu pouvais quand même afficher le numéro avant. Ça m'aurait fait gagner du temps.
I'm not calling Germany. That Wolfgang Ritter guy says he's a relative, but I've never heard of him.
La cohérence du jeu. D'abord, il n'y a pas le papier, maintenant il y a le papier, mais je peux toujours pas l'appeler. Sérieux? Ah, je vais sortir. Bon, tant pis. Ok. Comment aller plus loin? On a un numéro de téléphone qu'on peut pas faire, la logique. On a des objets voodoo qu'on peut pas montrer. Il en a rien à faire. Enfin, des papiers voodoo.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Rien du tout. On va aller au magasin voodoo.
See you later.
See ya.
Alors, la pharmacie d'Excelland.
Hi.
Mm-hmm.
To get the mask, Gabe.
Can I ask you just a few more questions?
Whatever, man.
Would you take 50 for Willie Jr.?
Don't insult me, monsieur. The price is $120.
What? You said you'd sell it for 100 before.
You misheard, monsieur. The price was always 120.
Sauf que j'ai pas l'argent. Je n'ai que $100. Est-ce qu'on peut faire le forcing?
Would you take 50 for Willie Jr.?
Don't insult me, monsieur. The price is $120.
What? You said you'd sell it for 100 before.
You misheard, monsieur.
Bon, bah je suis coincé de chez coincé. De toute manière, le masque n'aurait pas été utile. On peut voir le musée. On peut voir le poste de police. Des fois qu'il y ait du nouveau.
Knight, hate to tell you this, but you're out of a book.
The voodoo murders case has been closed.
I had a feeling you were gonna say that. Son of a bitch.
Non, on va pas lui donner les sous. Ce serait plus demander des sous.
There's no reason to go through the desk at the moment.
Il n'y a rien. On va lui montrer l'article.
This is a newspaper clipping about a murder committed in 1810.
Ah,
That
c'est
murder is an
1810.
exact match of the voodoo murders, right down to the marks around the bodies.
This
Intéressant.
does sound like the same MO. 1810.
1810. They killed then, they're killing now. Isn't that proof that they're likely to kill again? Or that they are a threat?
Sure, if there is a voodoo cult, they're a threat.
Ah, la petite musique qui fait plaisir.
I have to tell you, Bud, I'm pretty pissed off about this case being closed. You guys are making a big mistake.
Hey, I'm not any happier about it than you are, Knight, but I've got my orders.
Allez, rouvre l'affaire maintenant que je t'ai montré le papier.
How can I convince you to reopen the case?
Look, the department's not interested.
So, couldn't you make them interested?
With what? I got 7 bodies and still no leads. The voodoo angle's worthless, and besides, these people aren't hurting anybody but out-of-town drug dealers and hitmen.
The voodoo stuff is not worthless. It's the key to the whole thing. And these people are dangerous. They need to be stopped.
Okay, you want me to reopen this case? Prove what you just said.
What do you mean?
You need to
Vas-y.
prove that there's a legitimate voodoo cult in Narland.
Check.
Prove that they're a threat.
Check.
Get me a lead on the cult.
Alors la piste, c'est un peu plus compliqué, mais vas-y.
How can I convince you to reopen the case?
I already... You still need... Prove that there's a legitimate... Get me a lead on the cult.
Ah, voilà, on n'a plus que la piste et prouver qu'elle existe. La piste et prouver qu'elle existe. Et le VV.
You know those marks you found around the murder victims? This is a reconstruction of the whole pattern.
What makes you think this is an accurate reconstruction?
Well, I borrowed the partial patterns from your police file and did my own tracing of the pattern at Lake Pontchartrain. An architectural artist reconstructed it for me from the partials.
Really? So this is the whole pattern, huh? That's pretty good work, Knight, but that doesn't prove that this pattern is really connected to voodoo.
Ben, un peu grâce à l'autre article. Mais c'était peut-être dans le désordre qu'on était censé lui montrer. Est-ce qu'on essaie de lui montrer ça? Ça ne coûte rien.
That doesn't prove anything.
D'accord. Article sur le vaudou c'est fait. VV c'est fait. Je suppose qu'il lui faut c'est la preuve de l'existence ou la menace.
Can I ask you about some stuff?
You're the writer.
How can
Alors,
I
c'est
convince
quoi?
you to reopen?
I already... You still need to... Prove that there's a legitimate voodoo cult in Narland. Get me a lead on the cult.
Donc je vais toujours prouver qu'il y en a une. Mais j'ai déjà montré l'article. Ce serait bien de me dire ce que ça
Showing that
prouve.
to Mosley again wouldn't do much good.
Ok, bah on avance quand même. C'est pas comme je le voulais, mais on avance quand même.
That doesn't prove anything.
Ok, c'est un début. On a une piste sur laquelle travailler. On a 2 pistes.
Well, I'll be seeing you.
Have a good one.
On a Mosley à convaincre. Et on a le drogué à convaincre. Si on convainc le drogué, on pourra convaincre Mosley. Pour convaincre le drogué, enfin j'appelle ça le drogué, le dealer, on va dire ça comme ça, il faut lui faire croire qu'on connaît le vaudou.
Hey.
The drummer looks at Gabriel but says nothing in return.
La dernière chance, c'est le musée. Espérons qu'au musée, on puisse avoir quelque
Hello,
chose
Dr. John.
d'utile.
Glad you could return to us, Mr. Knight.
Tiens, je peux peut-être lui montrer l'article.
Does this newspaper clipping mean anything to you?
It looks like ancient history to me.
I suppose. Thanks.
D'accord, c'est tout ce que tu as à dire.
Does this mean anything to you?
I cannot say that it does.
Ok.
Could I ask you some more questions?
Of course. I also find our dialogue stimulating.
On n'a pas de nouveauté, c'est dommage.
Have you ever heard of Damballa?
Of course. It is one of the Loa.
Do you know anything about a secret voodoo houndfall?
Don't be ridiculous, Mr. Knight. The voodoo churches in the city have no need for secrecy.
Ok. Je peux rien shipper, je peux rien prendre. Clairement, pour moi, il me faudrait le bracelet.
Mr. Knight?
Mais pour avoir le bracelet, il faut que je décoince le joueur d'échecs. Il y a probablement quelque chose à faire là.
Gabriel has spent enough hours sitting around this bar.
La clé est ici. Mais comment?
You come here a lot, don't you?
Every ever-loving day of my life for 20 years.
Oh, je crois que ce sera pas aujourd'hui.
What do you guys do when you're not playing chess?
I used to be a jeweler. Marcus here was a butcher. Huh, come to think of it, he still is. Now we just sit here and play chess all day. Actually, Marcus plays. I just sit here and let him win.
Dans mes souvenirs, il me semble qu'on apportait une solution aux échecs à ce type récupérée dans le journal. Donc je suppose qu'il va falloir attendre le lendemain, hélas.
Could I ask you a few questions?
Sure, I'm not too busy at the moment.
Et puis le bracelet ne sera pas fait instantanément. C'est galère.
Does the phrase caprice encore mean anything to you?
Never heard of it.
Je commence à être coincé de partout.
Have you ever heard of Marie Laveau?
There's a voodoo museum in town. They'd know more about it than I do.
Tell me about the street musicians around here.
Don't know what else I could say.
Hi, how's it going?
It's been worse.
Business picking up?
Some, mostly locals, as usual.
You ever get tired of tending bar for a living?
Never thought much about doing anything else.
C'est vrai qu'il faut pas s'ennuyer, mais c'est un boulot tranquille.
The weather's pretty crappy out there today.
I wouldn't know. I never get out of here before dark.
Tranquille, tant qu'on n'a pas de poivreau, évidemment. Bon, il saura rien nous dire sur le vaudou. La veille de Saint-Jean, peut-être.
What's the significance of St. John's Eve?
All I know is it's some kind of voodoo holiday.
C'est tout ce que tu as à me dire. Eh ben, je suis dans la grotte. Il me semble qu'il faut le faire gagner aux échecs pour que lui dégage. Donc c'est pas lui qui va me donner la solution pour le mec malade. Ça c'est le lendemain à la résidence. Qu'est-ce que je peux faire? Comment le convaincre? Non. Rien du tout. Désolé pour le bruit, je trouve pourri le bruit. En plus, ça veut rien dire là. Bon. La lampe de poche, on n'en a pas du tout l'usage pour l'instant.
Gabriel got the flashlight free in the mail when he ordered a magazine subscription. It works, though, at the moment.
Oui. Ah, ça a mis du temps.
$100 in cash. That's the most money Gabriel has had in his pocket in 2 years.
Non, non, relisons
The
l'article.
newspaper clipping describes a ritualistic
7
murder
juillet
in Congo
1810.
Square. It
Au
includes
Congo.
a rough sketch
Au
of a
Congo.
pattern found around the body. The sketch is very similar to the reconstructed Veve.
Mosley. Attends, où est-ce que j'ai eu ça? Je vais retourner voir la grand-mère, essayer de lui parler de la famille Ritter. Il y a peut-être quelque chose à creuser de ce côté-là. On n'avait pas de nom jusqu'à présent.
My precious boy, how wonderful of you to stop by.
Can't stay away from you, Gran.
Elle est pas pressée.
Can we talk, Gran?
Of course, my boy. How can I help?
Ça a mis une night, mais voilà, y a rien. Y a
Tell
rien
me
en
about our
jaune.
family.
Who would you like to hear about? Your granddad, your father, or your mother?
Le grand-père, toujours.
Tell me something about Granddad.
Did you know that your granddad was a poet? He was. He wrote the most beautiful poetry for me when we were courting. I always thought he should have done something with that gift, but he was such a practical man. Didn't believe in chasing after dreams.
Tell me about my father.
When Philip met your mother, oh, it was love at first sight. They were married 2 weeks later. Never looked at a girl seriously until then, and he looked at plenty. You have your father's way with women, Gabriel. And your granddad's.
Tell me about my father.
I wanted to just lay down and die when he and your mother were killed in that car crash when you were only 8. The police say your father swerved off the road after being frightened by something. Perhaps a deer on the road, or wildcat.
Ou autre chose.
Oh, nothing. Never mind.
All right, dear.
Bon, dernière
Well, Gran, I'd
tentative
better get going.
dans la
Take it easy on those
bibliothèque.
women out there, will you, Gabe?
Women? You're my only girl, Gran.
dernière petite idée. On a de la poésie allemande, on a un dictionnaire allemand. Peut-être que ça va faire tilt dans sa tête.
Oh boy, party time.
Et si ça débloque rien, on s'arrêtera là pour aujourd'hui. Alors, poésie allemande.
A book of German poetry that once belonged to Gabriel's grandfather. Gabriel has always found it strangely compelling.
Drei Drachen kriegen in meinen Schlaf. Die Seele wühlen sie lebendig zum Fraß. Feurigen Atems, gespaltener Zunge, genießen sie jedes Mal.
Heinz Ritter. Le bouquin est resté ouvert. Est-ce que je pourrais pas faire quelque chose? Non? Dommage.
Gabriel leafs through a German-English dictionary.
Mittag means midday, noon.
C'est tout ce qu'on a. Bien, mais on est coincé. Grace, sauve-nous, sinon j'arrête.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Seen any good movies?
I saw a great documentary last night on pyramid excavations.
You mean small, dark places that haven't been touched in centuries? Sounds right up your alley.
Ok.
Well, it did help me gain a better understanding of your mind.
Bien répondu.
Did I ever tell you that you're actually quite attractive?
Be still, my heart.
Had any customers lately?
No, but I'm sure you have.
Ça parle mal. Ok. Bon, on va s'arrêter là parce que c'est la galère.
The box has Gabriel's name on it, written in his grandmother's handwriting.
I can go through the rest of that stuff some other time.
Bien, ouais, je pense qu'on va s'arrêter là pour l'instant. Si je retrouve le menu. À la prochaine fois, en espérant que la prochaine session soit plus fournie en scénario, voire peut-être commencer la journée 5 si nous sommes proches de la fin de l'actuel. Sur ce, au revoir.